I have been ill for the past few days. I'm at the end of it now, so I might be a little bit croaky in this video. Being 30, I learned a lot about being social and social situations. Because I'm neurodiverse, I'm on the autism spectrum, I've had to learn things in a different way to the usual person, to a normie. So a couple of things in my life I have always struggled with that I don't necessarily struggle with now, but I used to, especially when I was a teenager, when I was in my early 20s. Maybe pass these lessons on to you. Maybe you can take a few parts of this video and it can help you in your life. Maybe you can take everything I say and it can help you. Or maybe nothing, because again, autism, ADHD, it's all just a whole massive umbrella of neurodivergence. You could be completely different to me and might not need what I'm about to say, which is absolutely fine. Hopefully, anything I say might help. So one thing I've always struggled with is social cues. Growing up, I've never known social cues when, for example, when I'm around a certain group, I've been wanted. Whereas they kind of let me tag along, so kind of like me, but it's kind of awkward to say go away, or they generally don't want me there, or they're not really my friend, that sort of thing. I've never really been that good at deciphering, do they actually want me there? They haven't directly told me to go away, we're not friends. So most people don't do that. Sometimes they do, which is kind of harsh, but it's reality. So sometimes I've been around groups, which now I realise, I wasn't really welcome. I wasn't really part of the group. They kind of let me tag along to kind of make fun of, or they kind of felt bad not to tell me to go away, sort of thing. So one thing for me is when I've been with a group and I'm kind of their friend, I kind of like them, they kind of like me, and they're kind of planning something. They're going to go do this event, they're going to go to an event or do something together, all fun, all cool, but I'm not sure if I'm invited or not. So the past me will just kind of tag along and assume I'm invited, and a couple of times it actually has ended quite embarrassingly, where it's like, yeah, go away, Jay. What? Yeah. Go away, Jay. What? Where I kind of just assumed where I was invited or part of the group, and then I didn't pick up that I wasn't actually invited. I wasn't cool enough when I was a teenager or something, you know? So when someone says to you, like, this works for me, just interpret this how you believe, but for me, when someone says, yeah, you can come if you want, to me, that's a no. Let's say your name is Jack. Oh, Jack, you can come if you want. To me, that doesn't sound enthusiastic that they want you to be there. I've had that even quite recently, where it's like, yeah, Jay can come if you want. As soon as I hear that, I'm like, no, I'm not going to go. I don't say it like that, no, I'm not going to go, because you don't want me there. I just make up some excuse, I keep it a little bit mysterious, I keep it a bit vague. Oh yeah, sorry, I'm busy, I've got to go and do this thing, or I've got to go home and sort some bits out. I keep it vague, I keep it a bit mysterious, I don't let people know what I'm up to. And don't worry, if they don't want you around that much, they're not going to press you and go, tell us exactly what you're doing in vivid detail. They're not, they don't care. They rather you kind of be gone, maybe. They're not really going to press you into explaining what you're doing. So just kind of get out of that situation, just got to do your own thing. It is better, and I'm telling you now from experience, it's better to be alone than to be with the wrong people. You've heard being in the wrong relationship. It's better to be single than to be in the wrong relationship. You can learn lessons in that sort of sense, I suppose, but it's better to be alone than to be in like a toxic or wrong relationship, okay? It's the same with a friendship group. In my opinion, it's better to be alone in solitude with yourself than to be with a friendship group that don't really value you, that don't really care about you, or maybe they're letting you tag along because they either feel bad for not inviting you or letting you tag along because they might be making fun of you. It is always better to be alone. It's always better to do your own thing, go and spend time with your actual friends, or if you don't really have any friends right now because you're kind of still developing that kind of skill to make friends, then it's better to be alone, do your own thing for the time being in your life. So when someone says to you, yeah, you can come if you want, that doesn't sound enthusiastic. And yes, I will say this to you, there are always exceptions to every rule in life. There are always exceptions. But I've even had this at the beginning of this year, where I was with a group of girls I met when I was abroad traveling. They were kind of friends, kind of not. I invite them out to look at the sunset. We're in Madrid, and they kind of had this little girly four-way thing going on, and I was kind of on the outside, and I completely picked up on that. It wasn't because I was a weird guy or creepy or anything like that. It was just I wasn't a woman, basically. I was a guy. And so whether they realised it or not, they kind of wanted to have a little girly thing. Like some women just wanted to spend time with women, not have any guys there. So I kind of picked up they wanted to be alone. They were planning to go and have some food somewhere in this restaurant. And then they said to me, yeah, you can come if you want. And I thought, nah. I just said, no, I can't remember what I said, but I think I said I'll go back and sort some bits out, or I'll let them get on with it. I picked up that I wasn't truly invited to be with them, and they would rather if I were gone. Again, not because I was a bad person, not because I was creepy or anything like that. Again, I was the only guy. It was 4 girls and me, so I think they wanted just a little girly thing. And I picked up on that, whereas in the past, I wouldn't have picked up on that, and I would have like, oh, they said they wanted to invite me, so I'm going to stick around as long as possible. And I would have probably been that sort of bad smell that you wouldn't want to get rid of. So another way, if you're in a sort of group and they're doing something, but you're not really sure if you're invited or not, don't go, am I invited, because you'll come across as needy, and no one in any scenario likes a needy person, so don't come across as needy. Am I invited? That won't go down well. I'd say if you're unsure if you're invited, just kind of assume you're not. And let's say you're walking with a group of friends, for example, you split off, you start doing your thing, they say, oh, Jack, where are you going? But, oh, let's go and sort some bits out. Oh, you're not coming to the arcade? You go, You can then play it a bit dumb. That's kind of more of an invite. So you're trying to, oh, you're coming with us, right? That to me is more of an invite. So you could then just play it dumb and go, actually, you know what? No, I could do actually. No, I was sorry, I was going to sort some bits out, but you know what? I do actually have time. Or you can just sort of play it along a bit and go, yeah, okay, yeah, I'll come along. And great. So that's another little trick that you could always use. So it's better then to be either tagging along where you're not really invited, or it's better to go, am I invited? Please invite me, because that will come across as needy. And again, no one wants to be around needy people. No one likes needy people. It's just kind of fact of life. If you're needy, people, it's like a repellent in friendships and definitely in relationships. So don't be needy. Or try not to give off the needy vibe. I guess that's where I've struggled a lot in my life, mid-20s, teens, where I've not clued up on social cues, like when to not be around someone or when to be around someone. Because believe it or not, I wasn't the coolest guy as a teen. I wasn't the coolest guy. I was alright at 20. I had a lot of friends at 20. Everyone wants to be around me. That was great. But when I was a teen, I wasn't exactly the coolest guy. So I had to learn the hard way of social cues and what to say, what not to say. So you might be the same as me. You might take you a bit of time, longer than a normie, the average person, to learn certain social cues, certain social skills. It might take you a bit longer. So I'm hoping this sort of information here might help you in your journey, in your social journey, basically. Because being social, no matter what anyone says, oh, but I'm an introvert. No matter what anyone says, being social is important. We are social creatures, so learning to be social is a good skill to have. So I'm hoping this kind of like can sort of, again, pass on my lessons to you. Could be like an older brother or something that's learned all the hard lessons and can pass it on to you, sort of make your social journey just a little bit easier. If you've watched this far, then clearly this video has helped you in some way or another. So if you're not subscribed yet, then do click subscribe now, and more videos like this will appear on your home feed. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video.